Hey folks, so in this video, I want to start implementing the push operation. So conceptually, how does it work? Let's say we have a stack. This stack contains a list. Perhaps there are some things already in this list. For example, 378. Those are the piece of data, 372, a piece of data that I have here. Okay? What should I do? Let's say I want to add a number, like for example 5. Well, the first thing I'm going to need to do is basically create a brand new node. So a node, right, that just contains the number 5. Now initially this node is just kind of floating off there in space. It doesn't have any relationship to the list that's already there, right? And this is a little bit of a problem because I want to do a push operation. I need to basically connect it to what's already there. But, first step, create a new node. So let's say we've created a new node. What do we do next? Our next step is basically to look at the initial list and link the new thing to the old list. So what do we do? What we want to do is basically look at the new node and connect it to the list that's already there, right? The original list. So that new node we just created, of course, comes with a brand new variable, right? So we want to basically take that new variable, right, that new link, and point at what's already there, right? Since I'm adding something to this collection, since I'm adding an element to this list, to this stack, I want to maintain everything that's already there, right? And the way I do that is by linking the new thing to the old thing, right? So this is kind of like step 2, right? So we have to, first create a node, then we have to basically link it to what's already there. Third step is to basically update top. So top was our pointer or a reference to basically say, oh, this is the topmost element. Well, if I'm adding something, I should move that, right? So now top is pointing at that old thing, that 3 value. Now it's pointing at 5, the thing that I just added, right? So those are going to be my 3 different steps, right? So creating a node, linking it to what's already there, and then updating my top pointer to look at the new thing I've just constructed. So those are the 3 points. We've worked them out here graphically. Make sure you understand kind of the idea of doing these arrow pushes before you move on. All right, so when I say arrow pushes, what I really mean is how these connections flow, right? Why do we add or remove different connections here? All right, so having said that, all that stuff there, let's take a look at the code for this. The code for this is not too bad, not too bad. Here we have basically our push operation. So our push operation starts like this. It starts with what I had labeled as, step 1. This is to create a new node. So I have a node variable inside this new implementation of push, and I set equal to new linear node, right? So I'm building a new linear node, and I'm adding something into it. So item, of course, is what's coming as a parameter. Since this is a push method, the definition of push means that I have one parameter that has basically the item, right? What is it that you want to add to this collection? That's going to be the first thing that's in there, okay? So that'll be kind of our piece of data that we have coming in for us, right? And we'll construct a new linear node around it, right? And note, right, of course, these types match up, right? So the node we construct has the same type as the node, as the parameter that we're bringing in, right? These things are the same. Okay, so we build a new node, we insert into it the item that we have. All right, so let's see. We have then our next line, which is node.setNext up top. So what does that do? That's giving us our linkage, right? So I have a node that I've just built, right? So I have something new, right? So let's say I have a node called new, right? That's this thing here. And it has, of course, a next variable. What I'm doing here, right, is basically updating that next, right? So there will already be some sort of existing list somewhere else, something like this. And I should do the connections here. And when I do node.setNext, what's happening is that I'm updating this over here to link to this, right? So the topmost node here, these arrows should have already been in. I'm linking to them, right? So I want to make sure that my new node I've constructed is linked to stuff that already exists. Okay, that was our step 2. Our last step is basically to update top. So top would have been some variable outside that knew about this list that already existed, right? So first we use top basically to connect our new thing to what was already there. Now we need to update top. So we go top equal node, which means, right, that instead of having this link here, we now have this link over here, right? Top now looks at that over there. I'll clean that up a bit. Okay. Last step there, right, which I didn't really talk about on the previous slide, is to update n. So that's kind of just a bonus step. That's us making note of the fact that we've added one more node to this collection, right? One more node to this list. All right, so that's our push operation. Not too bad. I would recommend you try to look at this basically line by line and try to see, can you tell how the references are changed, right? How are the different connections, how are they added, how are they removed on these linked list pictures? It's always a good idea to practice that. All right, so that's all I got for this video. In the next video, we'll start talking about how to implement the pop operation as well.